Hi everyone, and welcome to this special Zen pop-up. So my name is Kevin, lead product educator here at Zenler, and I wanted to come on today and talk about your network. Now, as course creators, creating courses is only a part of what we have to do to be successful in creating a business online that facilitates us connecting and helping people and generating revenue for our business. So if it was just create a course, put it up and it worked and it sold, then wouldn't life be so much simpler? However, that's not the case. So in today's Zen pop-up, I'm going to talk to you about your network. So let me just double check that I am live on Facebook, and then we'll get cracking. So I'm just going to pin this into the community featured area so people can find it if they wish. Hi, whoever that is with me. So good to see you here. Into featured. There we go. Okay. So where do we go with network? Now, when I talk about network, I talk about the people that are around us, the people that we interact with, and the people that we get to know quite well. Now, this isn't necessarily only clients. This can be a whole manner of different people. Now, when we look at going networking, and for those of you that have been around in business for a little while, maybe you've done some form of business networking. Maybe it's online, maybe it's offline, traditional face-to-face stuff. And there's a whole variety and variation of what type of events we can go to, what type of situations we put ourselves in. However, there is one constant that we have complete control of, and that constant is us. So when we decide to go to an event, or we decide to go networking to build these connections that we're looking for, we have complete control over how and what we get from those events. So often I'll hear from people, oh, I went to so-and-so and it didn't really work for me. I didn't really like it. It wasn't very good, etc., etc. And then I say to them, well, what did you do to make sure that that event was worth your while? And often the response comes back with, well, I wasn't told to do anything. So I want to talk to you about what the great thing is about networking, why we run Zenchat here, or why specifically I facilitate Zenchat. And when you turn up to a networking event or a Zenchat, what it is that you can do to make it worth your time, because it is a time investment and it is something that can be really, really powerful for our business. So the first thing is we need to sort of understand what the potential opportunities are when we go networking. Now, if we'll use Zenchat as an example, and we run these a couple of times a month. If you've not yet been to one, then I'll put the link below the video so you can come along and you can have a look and maybe get involved. And the Zenchat ones are absolutely free. Now, when we go along, there's a number of things that we can do, and I'll use this as an example, and I'll use the Zenler community as an example. So if you come along to a Zenchat, one of the things that you can do is you can look for people to help you test stuff. When we build our courses, our funnels, our pages, our sales pages, or anything within Zenler, the golden rule here at Zenler, where if you speak to myself or David or one of the team, is we'll always say to you, before you set it live, go and test it. Because what you see as an admin is different as to what you see as a user. Now, some people find that a bit tricky. So in Zenchat, we do have people that are willing to help each other to test something that they're building within their own Zenler sites. And they normally reciprocate that. But it's a nice relationship building exercise where people can get to know you a little bit more and what you're trying to achieve and be helpful. So a lot of the time it is about giving. And you know, the world goes round, and when we give, we often receive at some point as well. So we do find testers within Zenchat. What else do we find within Zenchat? Well, often there's a lot of people in similar or the same types of industries, maybe with slightly different audiences, maybe with sometimes the same type of audience. So we do have the opportunity to look for affiliate partners within Zenchat. So if we come in, so for example, we've got a dog trainer in there and they teach German Shepherds how to behave, and we have another dog trainer and they teach poodles how to behave. They may well be able to affiliate for each other based on the fact that they don't actually deal with, even though they're dog trainers, the same type of breed, but they do have an audience that might want one or the other. So that would be a very basic example of how you could potentially look to affiliate. If you was for example, a behaviorist for puppies, and you met someone else in Zenler that was a behaviorist for more adult dogs, then that could be something that you offered on an affiliate basis for when people finished with you as a puppy trainer that wanted to go on to the next stage. So affiliates are a really good idea when you're networking, to look for the opportunity of how can you find someone that can help you, but it also helps them. We also have the ability to partner. So if we look for putting together services potentially that could create a bundle offer. So if you're in my dog example, maybe you could look to bundle together 2 courses and sell those as an offering to your audiences. So you would sell partner A and they would sell partner B, and you'd put them together, and that could work quite well. You can also look to cross promote. So on Zenler, of course, we do have the ability to put blog posts together and stuff like that, so we could guest post on each other's sites. Again, if we're in a relevant audience and we've found each other, and we have an audience that the other person may have that we're looking for, it's a really great way of being able to do that. And one of the last ones is the accountability side. And I've seen this a lot in Zenchat, where people have come in and they're looking for accountability partners because they're often working on their own. Maybe they don't get to speak to human beings all week because they're busy recording, typing, they do everything digitally, so they're not actually really talking to real life human beings in even a video format, let alone in-person format. So that can be quite a big deal for people. We've heard a lot this year about they really like coming to Zenchat because they do get to hear from other people what they're up to. It's something different from the world that they're engrossed in. But it also sometimes the accountability side, where we can just go off track of what we're trying to achieve and trying to do, and to have someone there just to sort of ping a message to, jump on a quick Zoom with, or whatever, just to help us stay focused, can be really useful as well. So that can be really good. And of course, that could lead to a friendship. And over the years, Sarah and myself, you know, we've been in business now since 2002, and we've made some amazing friends online. And these are real friends. They're not just a name that we chat to in a message now and again. They're actual people that we really know a lot about. We'd jump through hoops for each other to help each other. And that's come because of conversations that have started through different things that we've met online, not you know, official channels, either our Facebook groups or the business stuff that we've been involved in. Have come along and we've got to know them over time, and they've got to know us. So there's quite a lot of things that we can do. But so they're the opportunities that we have when we go networking, that we can benefit from this. But the onus is on us to take the action. So it's all well and good coming along, and for example, with Zenchat, you come along and you get to talk about what you do for a little bit period of time, and then what most people do is go, "Oh, thanks very much, that's great, bye," and then they go, and then they just leave, and then nothing happens for 2-3 weeks until they come to the next one. What we can do is with these is we can work out a plan. So we could be sitting there having a conversation. In Zoom, of course, we've got the opportunity to have chats with people, private chats, if we wish. It's a safe environment within the events that I run. The only way you can do that is through there. But you can make a connection within the chat as well, and decide if you want to carry that conversation on outside of the meeting itself. Maybe that's via email, maybe that's via WhatsApp, maybe it's via Facebook message, or any of those things. And you know, people that come along, you have complete control of that. But most people won't do that unless they feel that they need to sell to everybody that's there, which it won't work anyway. But if you are in a position where you are looking to get involved and you do want people to come along, and you want to get the true benefit out of the business networking that Zenler has to offer, then firstly, look out for opportunities. So the opportunities are looking for testers, maybe affiliates. We do get to promo our stuff as well, talk about what we do, so we get a clear and concise message that we get to put out. We can look for partners, we can look for guest posts, cross promotion, that type of thing, accountability, friends, and all of those things. And then we have to, so look out for those when you come along, but also look out for the action that you're going to take. So if you identify one of these and you come across a Zenchat and you go, actually, you know what's really nice, I've met some really nice people here, and I want to have a further conversation with this particular one. They do what I do, it makes sense, you know, for me it really looks like it connects well. I've got that, you know, I've got that good feeling about them. You know, they seem like we could get on, and we're aligned within the businesses that we're trying to offer and the way that we operate. And, you know, it's a snapshot within a networking event, but you want to take that to getting to know them and their business a little bit more. Then make sure you do take that action and be brave and reach out in a message and just say, whilst the event's going on, I never rush the beginning of these events, and I'm never gone at the dot of when we finish. There's always a little bit of open stuff going on at the beginning and the end. So you can send those messages and make those connections, but have a plan for it and take action. And what will happen is when you've done a couple of these, you'll find that actually it starts to work really well for you. And you're starting to get more and more out of these events. And when you do get more out of these events, you'll find that actually you want to go back to these events even more. So it's an accelerated way of building a network, building a group of people around you that want to help you succeed, and you want to help them. And of course, we all have in common here the fact that they're Zenler users. So we know that they understand some of the things that you're going through as a course creator, but may not be exactly in the field that you're in, and that's fine. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But look at it as, how can you help each other and help each other's businesses? Because I think when you look at it that way, you'll find that the whole world of getting involved with building your network, coming into somewhere like Zenchat and really progressing that further, will help you build your business quicker, because you'll be leveraging other people's contacts and other people's networks, and they'll be leveraging yours back, because it is a two-way street, and therefore you both grow quicker. So it makes sense to be able to do this. So if that's something that you've not yet tried, or you've been along to a Zenchat and you've just sort of turned up, rocked up, had a bit of a chat and walked off again and not done anything, then maybe head back into a Zenchat, but with purpose, with a reason and a focus of what you want to achieve from this. Because I guarantee you, when you do that, you will get a different result to the one that you've had before. So that's my Zen pop-up for today. Very much talking about your network, how you operate your network when you go out and you go into these types of environments. Do it with purpose, do it with an action. If you walk away with one person's email address that genuinely is a great connection for you both, so it's not you selling something, it's you making that connection to help each other, or WhatsApp number or agreement to contact on Facebook message, then that's been a successful meeting. If you've not bothered because you've not thought about it, then you need to rethink about how you're spending your time, because the time that you can spend there can be massively productive, but it can also just be a nice to have chat, and we want to make it productive for you. So pop along to a Zenchat. I'll put the link underneath. We've got one running, there's one running every month. We've got a couple running each month, so look out for the link and it will tell you when the next one's available. So thanks everyone for coming along. Thanks for watching this Zen pop-up, and I will see you maybe in another Zen pop-up soon. Okay, thanks, cheers, bye.